Hi, my name is Frank. I'm the Tea Time Traveler. I'm in Prague at the present time, right in front of the National Museum, and I'm going to talk about my trip so far to Europe. I started off going to southern England, going across the bottom of England to Dover, taking the ferry over to Calais, and from Calais to Dunkirk, Dunkirk to Bruges, and Bruges, Brussels, and now Prague. But I've had a little bit of an experience in Brussels. I'm going to mention all about that too. And some places that have been absolutely beautiful. Bruges was just, or Berg, whatever you want to call it, that was just clean, friendly, a little expensive because it's touristy, but that's normal. And boy, it's a nice little city. Dunkirk was okay. The buses were free from Calais all the way to just about I think a place called Lille or something like that. When you got to Belgium, I took a train from Belgium, and it was not very much anyway. It was very, very cheap. But all that bus system down in Dunkirk area, all is free. No matter where you go, city bus, all free. So I took it to the outside side of town and then went to another place like that. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about my experiences and what happened in these 3 or 4 places I've been, and go from there. I think it's called Bratislava, Slovakia, and then Slovakia I might be going to Venice. So we'll see how it goes, and you can see a little bit of the area behind me. It's quite nice actually. This is Prague, pretty good. And down there they got a bunch of people there in the museum. This is the old National Museum. The other one is the new one. I don't know why they need 2 buildings, but this one here is directly in front of this statue, and then the boulevard. So I'm going to talk about my Brussels experience. I took the train and I arrived in Brussels about, I don't know, 1 o'clock. And the first impression wasn't good. There was some people sleeping right in the train, or by the train station outside by the door. So I kind of realized this is not the best area. So I thought, well, I'll walk around trying to find something. So I went all over and I walked for like 3 hours. Multiple hotels. Most of them were all full. A couple of them were really expensive. And so I finally find this one that wasn't too far back where I started at, by the railway station. So I figured, well, that's pretty good. It's like a 5 or 10 minute walk to the railway station. And so the guy went inside there, young guy. He actually was pretty good, pretty personable. We talked a little bit. He said, yeah, I can get a room up there. It was a reasonable price. So I thought, okay, what the heck. So I went upstairs, and my first impression was it was not a very nice hotel. And I thought, well, I'll go look around. Maybe I can find something better or something like that. So I left, and then there was not much. I guess I was not in the best area. I mean, kept going the wrong way and get lost, and it took me a while to get back. So I got back, and it was probably around 5-ish or 4-ish. So I went to sleep, or tried to go to sleep for a few hours. And all of a sudden, this noise went crazy outside. People are yelling and screaming and whatever, I don't know. So I opened the window and see, and here's a cop's got his gun drawn, and these 3 guys opposite him, and another guy on the ground, and he's yelling at them in in French, and I guess he's telling them to back off, or something like that. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll get my phone to film him. And when I got back there, he had holstered his gun and still was kind of leaving this guy on the ground. The other guys kind of went underneath where I was. There was a doorway, and they stepped on, I guess, on the step there. And what I gather what happened was the cop was saying a little bit later that the guy put up his hands to protect himself. So the guy cut his hand because the guy was knifing him, and he also had a hammer. And so that wasn't good. And I sat there and I thought, oh, Jesus, what the hell's going on here? And I watched him with the guy there, and it wasn't the best. You know, it was kind of crazy.
Then I decided, I'll go try and investigate, go down a little bit, stuff like that. And I put my chair against the door because when I came back, because the thing didn't look good, and those people were kind of scoping me out, and they looked like they maybe wanted to rob me for my phone, and it was just terrible. So I thought, the heck, I'm not going anywhere tonight. I'm just gonna try and sleep here, and that's it. So I went to sleep, woke up around 11 o'clock, and got bed bugs. I'm getting bit. So I thought, damn. So I went back downstairs. By this time, the young kid's gone, and the old man's there, and he doesn't speak any English, and he wasn't having any, he didn't care. He said, you go back to your room. I tried to translate on my phone, and then he would say, no, impossible. And I said, well, I'll sleep in the lobby here, and no, you can't do that. He wanted to throw me out. I said, well, you're not giving me back my money. You're not doing anything. And you're trying to throw me out. Now it's like midnight. You're trying to throw me out in this area with me. I'm going to be walking with a bag in my hand. And I said, I'm not getting out. I'm not leaving. So he got pretty loud and hands waving and so on. So I thought, the heck with you, I don't care, right? So I phoned the cops. And it wasn't an emergency, though. They took about 35 minutes to 40 minutes to come, right? And the first thing the guy comes when he comes in the room, and he says, what are you doing in this hotel? I said, what do you mean, what am I doing in this hotel? How do I know this hotel is so bad? Well, they still got it open for? I don't know. Anyway, so the cop said, he wants you to leave. I says, yeah, but I'm not going out at 1 o'clock in the morning. No, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's, in this area. What am I going to do? He says, okay. So he talked to the guy, and the guy said, give me another room. So the cop leaves, the guy gives me a room, and I should have realized. The hotel is not, my one room that I had before is not the only room. They're all infested. So I opened the door, and all the cockroaches fly around here and there, and I thought, God, I'm not going to go down and argue with him again. So I just took a chair and sat in the middle of the room and tried to sleep in the chair for a bit. And, come on, it was just terrible. And 5 o'clock in the morning, I get up, I go downstairs and grab my bag and I leave the place. And I'm, like I said, 5-10 minutes away from the railroad station, and all these guys are still mulling around. A couple guys were down the other end there drinking. And I thought, God, I hope nothing happens between here and the railway station. So I got into the railway station, and there were people sleeping in the railway station. So finally, I found the train, got the train, get on the train, right? I had to wait an hour anyway because my train was at 6 something, but the railway station opened at 5. And off I went to Frankfurt. And I had to switch from Frankfurt to go to Prague. Anyway, so I get there and I go out and I try to find my other train, and the lady looks at it and goes, no. You Frankfurt Central, and you had to get off at Frankfurt Airport. So you don't have a ticket. You're no good. So, and it was non-refundable, so it's So there I am. Now I get no ticket. I'm stuck in Frankfurt. So I thought, well, I'll go talk to the woman where the ticket office is. Maybe I can buy another ticket. So I go up to her, and she was the absolute best. She was younger, nice girl, very friendly, and talked to me and was really relaxed. Actually, we had a little good rapport going. And she just types away, and she says, here, you can get to Prague this way, and no extra cost, and you arrive about the same time. But you have to change another train. I said, I don't care, I'll change another train, no problem. So I get on the train, and after, the stress of the hotel, and then missing my train, I thought, not a great day. Then I go to Prague, and I thought, I'm not going to try and look for some cheap hotel. I'm just going to find the nicest one I can find. So I found this hotel. It was 200 euros, but they dropped it down to 160 euros, which is fine. And I thought, go for it. I don't care. So I rented that room, and I open the door, and I go in the room, and here the bed is like 2 king-size beds beside each other, all connected. It was the biggest bed I've ever seen. And then I thought, well, I'm just going to be madcap or something. I'm going to sleep crossways, not lengthways. I could just do it. So it was a great room, nice shower, nice marble, everything. It was just a beautiful place. I just relaxed, had a great time. So the next day, I walked around Prague. It was actually, I'll try and give you some pictures. It was pretty nice, all that kind of stuff. And today I decided to do this video, and it started to rain when I just was going to start doing it. So I've come in my hotel and I'm doing it from the hotel. But Prague's been pretty good. It's pretty. It's got the streets are clean. Okay, there might be some people on the streets, but not much. Not we have some at the home anyway. What can I say, right? I don't want to say that you know, the other town that I just came from, right, is you know, any worse than any other city. Quite often there's bad areas in a lot of cities. Bad areas where I'm from too. So I don't want to, but it was just my experience, you know. So take it as you will, but it was a weird day, especially this guy getting knifed in front of my hotel, my room.
Well, it looks like they're doing Man Festival and they're dancing. I'm not sure what it's all about. They're all over the place. Crowd's getting bigger.